Hey guys, it's Benedictine's The Truth. Today I was watching some of my early videos and I've realized that there has been a lot of growth ever since I made my first video. What I like about making videos is that it helps me explore some of the deepest part of my subconscious. Some people have asked me why I make longer videos. I make longer videos because that's how I'm able to find some truth that's hidden in my subconscious. See, if you really want to learn about yourself, about what you really think, you must be willing to go deeper into your subconscious. And one of the best ways for me to do that is by making videos. Usually when I make videos, I know exactly what I'm going to be talking about. But after talking about what I intended to talk about, I start getting some revelations. And I actually start to talk about these revelations. So that's how I grow. That's how I learn new things. That's how I actually expand my awareness. So if you want to grow, if you don't want to stay at the same level of consciousness, it's important that you try to explore the deepest parts of your subconscious. Try writing a book. Challenge yourself. Write a book, and don't just write some few paragraphs. Just write until you get tired, until you feel like you cannot write anymore. Or try making a video. You don't necessarily have to post the videos that you make online, but you just make a video that you're gonna watch later. A few years back, I used to record audios on my phone. I knew that no one else was gonna listen to these audios that I'll be recording, but I'll just record them for myself. But I need to listen to these audios later on. That's how you grow. You need to be able to read your own book as if you're not the one who actually wrote it. You need to be able to listen to your own recordings as if you're not the one who made them. That's how you grow, because you're going to be judging yourself. What are the things that I've said on this audio that are not very true? What are the things that I wrote that are not very true? The reason why I mentioned the first videos that I've actually uploaded on YouTube is because, as you can see, that there are changes. I usually record my videos outside, but this video I'm actually recording it indoors. The reason why I'm recording this video indoors is because I channel a different energy when I'm indoors. Because I don't get distracted. It's just me and my camera. I don't hear birds. I don't hear people passing. I don't feel like someone is watching me. No, it's just me and my camera. So the energy that I channel is a bit different compared to the energy that I channel when I'm recording outside. So I actually like to record my videos this way from now on. I'll still record some of my videos outside, but I want to record my videos indoors because I'm able to channel the energy that I actually want to channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about antinatalism and Efilism. A lot of people have been asking me to talk about Efilism. They've been asking me, what do you think about Efilism? You mostly talk about antinatalism, but what do you really think about Efilism? Do you think that all life should go extinct, or do you think that only humans should go extinct? This is a very important question. I've heard a lot of people say that as long as there is life on this planet, there will be suffering. As long as there's life on this planet, there will be suffering. Animals will still evolve to be where we are at in our evolutionary journey. They will be able to think like us. They will be able to see what we are seeing, to understand what we understand. So if, as humans, all of us realized that there was something wrong with this world and we decided that we are not going to continue to procreate, and we died out, there will be new species that will actually evolve and take our place. But what a lot of people do not realize is that we didn't really evolve. I don't know why people keep on believing that we evolved from apes. We evolved. It makes more sense to believe that something intervened. Something messed with our DNA. And that's why we are the way that we are today. We didn't evolve from apes and become like this. That's not possible. That wouldn't happen. If we really did evolve from apes, there will be no apes anymore. There will be no monkeys anymore. Other animals will have evolved as well. You can see that there's a gap between us and other animals. You can see that it seems like we're not really from here. You are so different. If we evolved, it means that we will actually become stronger. We'll become physically strong. But humans ain't really strong. It's like they're not even meant to be here. They're not suitable to be here. The animals that we're supposed to have evolved from are more powerful than we are. They can survive a lot of things that we won't be able to survive. So how can we say that we evolved from these animals if we are weaker than them? It makes more sense to believe that something intervened in our evolution. Yes, animals do evolve, but we wouldn't have evolved into what we are today. Yes, we would have evolved from apes. I mean, we'll still be apes, but would be a bit different from the apes that existed 500,000 years ago. We'll be a little different from those apes, but we wouldn't be like this. We are the way that we are because something intervened in our evolution. That is the reason why we are the way that we are. So if we decided to stop procreating as humans, other animals would just be the way that they are. They wouldn't become as intelligent as we are. They wouldn't start to understand the things that we understand. They wouldn't start to understand mathematics. They wouldn't start being able to communicate at the level that we are able to communicate. They wouldn't start creating technology. That wouldn't happen unless something decided to intervene in their evolution. The only reason why I actually side with the idea of Efilism is because I think as long as there is life, there will be suffering. there will be beings that are going to come here and actually suffer. That is the only reason why I side with Efilism. I don't side with Efilism because I think that animals are going to evolve and become like us. Here's what you must understand. Animals only evolve to actually be able to live in an environment. And there will actually be no reason for them to evolve and be like us. They are able to survive as they are. They will need to be able to communicate at the level that we are communicating. You see, there would be no reason for them to actually be able to be like us. That's something that you must realize. That's why I'm telling you that something intervened in our evolution. That is why we are the way that we are. Because there was no reason for us to be able to communicate at this level. That's something that a lot of people do not realize. So I do side with Efilism because I think that as long as there's life on this planet, there will be suffering. And also, there will be beings that will be more conscious than other beings. You see, the reason why some people decided to become internationalists is because they are more conscious than a lot of people. They are aware of the things that are happening that are not good in this world, and they've decided that they don't want their children to suffer in this world, because it's not like they have to have children. It's not like if you don't have children, you're going to be punished. It's not like if you don't have children, you wouldn't have done something that you were supposed to do. It's not like you owe it to the world to have children. Because some people have decided that, no, I don't have to bring children into this world because I know what happens in this world. I know what happens to people in this world. It's not easy to reach that level of consciousness. That is why when you talk to a lot of people about antinatalism, they don't understand you. That is because it is not easy to reach that level of consciousness. So here's a question. If humanity reached a level where everyone understood that this is not working, there's a lot of suffering, and we're not really here for a good reason, and we're not doing good, so we should just stop procreating, will it be right for us to get rid of animals as well? This is a very important question. Would it be right for us to get rid of animals because we know that they are suffering? Or it will actually be best to just let them be? This is a very, very important question. Here's what I think. I think animals are suffering. Some of them are suffering worse than we are suffering, and they are not conscious enough to be able to save themselves. They are not conscious enough to even know what is happening. And most humans themselves are not conscious enough to really know what is really happening. In fact, some of us who know what is happening because there are people who told us what is happening. There are people who explained what DNA was to us. There are people who explained why when we have sex, offsprings are born. Some animals don't even understand what's really going on. They just find themselves desiring to have sex and they have offsprings. But they don't really understand how it all works. So they are not conscious enough to be able to save themselves. So even when they're suffering, it doesn't mean that they really understand what is really going on. They just suffer and suffer and suffer without really understanding why they are suffering and what this is all about. And that is the problem. So the question is, if we decided as humanity that we're no longer procreating because this is really not working, there are a lot of people who are suffering unnecessarily. And really, if we really love our children, we should actually do whatever we can to protect them. And this experience itself is not working. This experience itself is not worthy. So we should actually protect them from this unnecessary experience. Should we also protect animals from this unnecessary experience? Just because we are more conscious than them, should we make a choice for them to actually not be here? Just because we are more conscious than them, or they will actually need to be the ones that actually reach this level of understanding, if that is possible. This is a very important question. Would it be best if we decided to be like Thanos? But Thanos had good intention. He wanted to eliminate half of all life in the universe because he realized that there wasn't enough for everyone. So he was like, I have to eliminate half of all life in the planet so that there will be enough resources for everyone. So as an internatalist, you'll be like, I need to eliminate all life on the planet because there is a lot of unnecessary suffering. These animals are not treating each other right. They're just tearing each other apart. I remember there's this other meme that I saw that showed a pigeon with another pigeon's head. And on the caption it said, they say nature is beautiful. Nature is not beautiful. What is happening in the wild is truly brutal. So if we reach a level of consciousness as a collective where we actually realize that this is bad, will it be right for us to end the lives of animals? Not because we think that they're going to evolve and become like us and suffer the way that we've suffered, but because we realize that they don't know what they're doing. They're just victims of DNA. This is a very important question. I know that some of y'all are vegans. Some of y'all are against the killing of animals. And you're right. There are a lot of animals that are suffering because humans do not think, because human beings do not have compassion. So, will it be good to end the life of animals because we want to eradicate suffering once and for all? I think the answer is obvious. The answer is no. So I don't think that human beings should feel like it is actually right to end all life. Even though I do side with Efilism in a sense that, yes, to truly end suffering, all life has to stop existing. That's the only way to get rid of suffering. That is 100% the only way to get rid of suffering. But these animals are operating at a very low level of consciousness where that feels right to them, possibly. It seems like they are suffering, but maybe that seems right to them. You see, one of the reasons why people who realize that this is not worth it to become internatalists is because they do not want to force their will on others. Internatalists don't want to force people to stop having children. They do not want to kill people just because this is not worth it. They want to speak to people and actually help them reach high levels of consciousness where they actually realize what is really going on. So if we can communicate with animals, maybe it will actually be best to just leave them alone. Maybe they will reach a level of consciousness where they actually understand what is really going on. And they get rid of their own suffering because they've reached a level of consciousness where they understand that they are actually suffering. So I do side with Efilism in the sense that yes, suffering will continue to exist as long as there is life. We can't get rid of suffering as long as there is life. And animals don't have enough consciousness to understand what is going on. But in order to save them, we don't need to get rid of them. We have to let them be. And if it's possible for them to evolve, just like some of y'all believe we have evolved, then maybe they'll be able to realize what would have realized. I think that the more conscious we become as a society, the more the topic of antinatalism is going to be brought up, because people are becoming more aware. People are becoming more aware because they have a lot of information than they did before. Back then, people would lie to one another about what's going on in the world, but now we have a lot of information. Yes, there are people who still remain ignorant, which is funny because, well, there's information everywhere. People can actually evolve. If they believe in a wrong religion, they can actually realize that the religion that they believe in is wrong if they try to do their own research. But there are a lot of things that are actually happening in the world that are making people more aware. And these things that are happening are the things that we are seeing happening because of technology. When they say there's war in Ukraine, you can actually search for the videos of people fighting and actually see what really goes on when soldiers are fighting. You don't just create a movie in your head about what's really going on. You actually know what really happens when countries are at war. That will actually help you understand that this is not good. Yes, we've been told that this is good. Yes, there have been a lot of people who have conditioned us to think a certain way. But you will actually be realizing that everything that you've been told is a lie. So I think as we continue to talk about antinatalism, as we continue to talk about Efilism, a lot of people are going to become conscious, especially because of what is going to happen in the future. As we can see that the future is not really bright for humanity. The future isn't really bright for humanity. Even though people think that we're actually better than we were before because of technology, but no. Technology is being misused because we have not evolved to a level where we're able to use technology in a way that is good for humanity. So a lot of people will actually realize that, this is not it. This is not the kind of world that I should bring my children in. Thank you all, guys.